Greetings, denizens of the tri-state area. Jacob Weil here.
And Blue Dragon 5.
Dragon, I know what we're gonna do today. We're gonna activate the Recap-inator and discuss my favorite cartoon, Phineas and Ferb. That's right, in honor of the 15th anniversary and in preparation for the upcoming revival, I'm guiding Blue Dragon 5 here through the series, experiencing his reactions, watching it for the first time, and reliving my summer memories throughout the years. Today's episodes are Doofapus and Norm Unleashed. The dragon, we start off where Doof gets on Perry's level and joins him as a platypus. Your thoughts?
Yeah, this was a slam dunk of an episode.
Oh, slam dunk, huh?
Yeah, this is a good one.
Oh, yeah. Good to see. Mainly on the Doof side, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And what about the Phineas and Ferb side of things?
It's entertaining as well.
Yep, it is.
I think we're gonna get a lot of mileage out of something in that part of the episode, but yeah.
For kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I know. I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
But we'll get there. We'll get there. All right. So why don't we begin?
All right.
We already have some comments actually. So much for Doof having a platypus controlling him. Now he is the platypus. Like, oh come on, Kogias. That's not true. He likes plenty of episodes. I hope you're just giving Dragon a hard time here.
Mm.
Right, Dragon?
I'd like to think so.
I hope so too. I mean, it's not. I'm not going to say this is like your all-time favorite show or anything. Obviously, it's not going to take anywhere close to that. But
I mean, I like Phineas and Ferb.
yeah, like I said, you like it. You like more episodes than you dislike it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, there we go. So
I really don't dislike that. Again, I'm just saying that some episodes I think are clearly better than others. I don't really hate an episode.
yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm just hoping that my Kogi.
I didn't like that Candace party episode, but aside from that, that or the cattle episode. Those are kind of my low tier ones.
Well, I mean, for Candace, the Candace party, it just didn't really like the ending.
Exactly. It's mainly for the ending. The ending really stunk up the episode, and then you have like the cattle episode, which is just boring as all get out.
All right.
Yeah.
He mentions like you seem to be indifferent to a lot of them, but who knows? I don't really see it, but all right. So the gang is getting exotic smoothies. Dragon fruit smoothies. Funnily enough.
Yeah.
Have you ever had dragon fruit?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't even know what dragon fruit is.
It's a kind of fruit.
Yeah.
That's about all I know. I think it's I don't know if it's like a melon or something, but
it could be. It's a fruit, so it counts.
Yep, dragon fruit. It's a tropical fruit. Apparently, it grows on a cactus.
Oh, there you go.
So there you go. So apparently, they're blending that into smoothies. So, and apparently Buford's not too impressed.
Not exotic enough for the Butte.
For the Buf, no. Not exotic enough for the Buf. Like it's about as exotic as vacation at my aunt's house. She said she had a pool. She has a patio.
Okay, that gag was really funny, by the way.
It's like, we need to work on Buford's penmanship. Yep. I mean,
I think the writing was really on point this episode.
It was, yeah. I do really enjoy both of these episodes, but this one too. Yeah. So it's like, I mean, the only really downside is like Perry's entrance is kind of a bit of a filler. I mean, what do you think?
A little bit.
I mean, the song that plays like the extended version of his intro that was featured in Across the Second Dimension DVD, but I mean soundtrack, but I mean, really, other than that, that's really the only notable thing about it. Is like Perry rides a tricycle for like 30 seconds.
In other words, he got on the trike.
He got on the trike. Yep. But apparently, and Doof seems to be checking out books on Eastern Australian cell fusion, hydrostatic cell fusion. But why exactly is he studying these things, Dragon?
It's the EAF, East Australian Fusion.
Yes. Is it anything like that dance we saw at the Olympics?
Sure.
I mean, fusion is a kind of dance, Dragon.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you do it right, you're gonna meld together with somebody. Don't everyone knows that, Jacob? Come on.
Yep, but
You go fusion, and then you become one person.
Yeah, and you put your fists together, right?
Then Steven Universe made a bundle off of it.
And then you put your fists together, right? You guys like link fists and all
No,
that.
no, not fist, fingertips.
Fingertips, all right.
If you do the fist, then you're gonna have like a horrible monstrosity of a fusion. Remember, you have to get it exactly right, or else you end up being like like the fat guy or the skinny guy.
All right then.
And you remember the fusion dance, right?
Yeah, I remember the fusion dance. That's why I'm referencing it.
No, I know that, but I'm saying like what happens when you get it wrong. You've seen that part of it, right? Because I think Kai cut out that part.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I only saw Kai, so I didn't.
Okay,
see
so yeah, yeah, you missed it. It's hilarious. Yeah, when you when you had the filler in there, you got to see like it took them like a few attempts to get it just right. So the first attempt, when you miss a line, you don't get it right, you end up being basically the fat version of Gotenks. And then you're like the withered old man, skinny version of Gotenks.
Oh god.
So it's a 3 times the charm joke.
Fusion ha.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, we have some Dragon Ball. Like I said, I didn't see that. I didn't see Kai. I mean, I did see Kai, so I.
Hey Jake, do you remember that one time that we fused?
No.
Okay.
I mean, what were you? What do you mean fuse?
I was gonna do a bit, but it's not really.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ruin the bit, but
but
of course, Dragon. I remember the time we fused.
Yeah, do you? Yeah, I still campaign that our fusion name should have been Wild Dragon.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, because if you put our name back, but don't swap that, it wouldn't really work out very well, would it?
Either that or Blue Jacob, but
Yeah, Blue Jake. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it?
No.
There you go.
Anyway.
Or Wild Blue, but Wild Blue.
Hey, that's actually not bad.
Yeah. But so.
Anyway, so.
Yeah, it's like, so what exactly is Doof's plan?
So, Perry is he's captured in the lair. He's in like a little chair, a little desk chair.
Yep, little chair, yeah.
Yep. And we have the horrific reveal of
the
Doofapus. Dun 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 dun
dun dun dun.
So this is absurd and hysterical and kind of terrifying all at the same time. It just,
as you can see on our image here.
Yep. I was hoping to get a little bit both of them in frame, but this is still pretty good.
Well, I think you did you like specifically mention.
I said the reveal, but I meant like when I imagined the reveal, I didn't mean like the literal like I thought it was gonna be the reveal, like Perry's reaction to the reveal as well. But I knew it was gonna be. I didn't know if we were gonna have if we panned out to see him in the shot and Perry in the chair. But
I mean, there are a couple shots of that, but I figured this would be the best one to go with in that regard.
Well, regardless, it's basically Doofenshmirtz Duckman.
Yeah,
in this case, Platypus Man. I'm saying there's a lot of Duckman in the design.
He really does look a lot like Duckman.
Yep. Then Doofen's going to go on a rant of, and that's comedy.
Like, I don't know if that was intentional, but like the fact that he looks like Duckman, but
well, I mean, I'm sure Poppmeyer likes the show.
Oh, he probably does. I don't know. I don't know everything that Dan Swampy and etc. likes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not privy to their personal life, Dragon.
I mean, you could apply yourself. You could find out. You could. I mean, Pavmar's always posting about it. It's there.
Not about Duckman.
Have you looked
Yes.
extensively?
I mean, I've been following him on X, or it used to be Twitter, for about over 10 years.
Did you scroll all the way back?
He wasn't really active that far back, though.
Okay. All right, well, that's it, folks. We have there's no ruling on the Duckman on the Duckman question.
It's like maybe one of the yes, but yeah, we see Doof transform. Basically, his thought was, what better way to get even with a platypus than become a platypus?
So he's even the playing field.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then just to add, like an idiot, he's also put himself in the death trap just to make it completely even.
Yep, it's like basically it's more to prove a point, kind of, but yes, it is stupid. But
so Perry's reaction to Doofapus, by the way, is priceless.
He's just like the shocked face.
Yep.
Yep. That could have been like the thumbnail too.
Yeah.
Just Perry's face.
Honestly, in hindsight, we probably should. In hindsight,
Yep,
we probably should have done as a split screen between Perry's reaction and Doofapus.
Ah, well.
Yeah.
I mean, I can try throwing it together now.
I don't think you can pull that off, like, right during a podcast. Like, by the time you get to it, Jacob, we're going to be on to Norm Unleashed.
All right.
Yeah. It's not against your ability. I'm just saying, like, time-wise, there's no way you could, yeah.
Well, either way.
Anyway.
Anyway, so yeah, and the funny thing is, Doof's plan actually turns out to be surprisingly effective.
Yeah, I mean, he's actually putting up the best fight he's ever put up against Perry the Platypus.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, of course, this is all due to the platypus.
Oh, yeah. Basically, that's what he's become. And like I said, they're like even in a fist fight. He's even in a race of tic-tac-toe.
Oddly, it was a height difference all this time.
Pretty much. That's the funny thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You always try to turn Perry into a human, but then there's already an episode where it debatably happens. Yeah, where he got squished into Candace's body.
So you're saying we never have turned Perry into a human?
Well, he said if you count Perry's brain being transferred into Candace's body.
No. I mean transmogrified into a human.
No.
Okay.
He's never been transmogrified like Doof has into a platypus.
Okay, because that would be horrifying right there. You know he would sound like D. Bradley Baker.
Of course he would. I mean, what else would he sound like?
Yeah.
I mean, would it be D. Bradley Baker's regular human voice?
I think it should be.
All right then.
Anyway,
you heard the man, Dan and Swampy.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, let's see. So, I guess meanwhile,
the boys have created the state of matter transfer device. This basically can turn anything into a liquid. Buford's first act is to use a chicken, or use some fried chicken, not a live chicken, of course.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a cooked chicken. I don't think it's fried.
Well, cooked chicken, yes. But
there you go.
Still, but you get the idea.
Yeah. Anyway, so we use essentially the liquefier, which again, this is that name of the state of matter transfer device. Like, come on, like they're only liquefying it. They're not doing any other states of matter. I mean, I don't know. We're saying what complicated the terminology on that device.
Well, as we see in the sister episode as well, Phineas likes to overcomplicate things.
That is true. Anyway, so it basically turns the chicken into a smoothie.
Yeah, and of course it comes with the obligatory tastes like chicken.
And then we have what is possibly one of the best jokes in the episode.
Yeah.
So Isabella, has this romantic dinner for two that she liquefies, and Phineas she offers it to Phineas. He turns her down, and we play in a way where Phineas is kind of he's kind of on he kind of gets like the hurt that she's feeling for a change here, the unfeeling monster that he can be sometimes to this poor girl. But we have this fantastic joke where the way we play it is like, oh, no, it's like, no, Isabel, it's not. It's just I didn't want to say anything, but I, I don't like zucchini.
Yeah, it's like we finally find something that Phineas does not like.
I love that joke. It is so Meyer. I love that joke.
Yep, he just doesn't like zucchini.
But it's not just the fact he doesn't like zucchini. It's just the way that scene plays out. That's the Meyer right there. That's like this whole thing of like just this really wonderfully like mundane, awkward moment of like, look, I didn't want to mention it, but I don't like zucchini. She's like, oh, it's just like the way that plays cracks me up. That's why I love the episode. That joke's in it.
Yep, that's just that.
No, I like the other stuff too. Like Doofapus it's a slam dunk. But I'm just saying that joke too is like, okay, yeah, our B plots, we're in really good shape with our B plot with jokes like that.
Yep, it is a good one.
All right, let's see. So then we the episode keeps getting better, where like Linda is practicing her stand up, which is adorable.
Like, call me president because I'm watching a ton.
Yeah.
Although she definitely should not quit her day job.
No. Which is sometimes antiquing, but not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway,
yeah, that really is a good question. Like, what does aside from just being a cool mom, it's like here's the thing where it's like we can't really call her a homemaker because she's never home.
well, I mean, I think she trusts the kids and to be at home alone by themselves.
I mean that's true, but it's like still. I mean, every time she goes out, it's very, huh. Well, I guess that's. I guess that works.
Yep, there you go.
All right.
But as you were saying,
Anyway, so but I mean, that's the thing. I mean, sometimes they do the antiquing, but very rarely. Usually, Lawrence seems to be the one doing all the antiquing.
I think she helps there. It's never really shown what she does, but
Usually, she just accompanies them when they go on like a trip. That's more of like a trip thing than actually running the antique store. And every other time, it's like okay, she's usually going grocery shopping, which again is important. It's important stuff to do. It feels like an errand, but it's like we only see her doing errands. We don't really see her like she just wants out of that house as often as she can.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna try.
But she's never home.
I'm not gonna try and make any rationalizations there. It's like Dragon. He's hoping you don't feel offended and all that.
Well, Kogi, yes, I'm very offended by that.
You can tell he's joking.
Yep.
Yeah, Kogias.
Yeah.
It's like you gave him a hard time, and now he's giving you a hard time.
Yep.
That's it. That's about it.
Yep.
So yeah, it's like it's like all the exotic drinks aside, Perry and Doof still continue their little foray, their monetary melee, as the song calls it. Awesome song still, by the way.
It's really cool.
Oh yeah.
7-second delays. I love that.
Which is technically true for sporting events.
Yep.
Or pretty much any live event, because I'm sure you're probably aware of the reason why. The halftime show.
Yeah. Halftime show.
And he's like, yeah, let's just say a famous wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess 7 seconds really would have saved him from something there. Like, like the fact that, there's like a guard on it. So,
The thumbnail changing midway seems very Spaceballs.
I do want to take a moment to mention, the whole Janet Jackson thing. It did give us one of the best Family Guy episodes.
PTV.
PTV is probably one of my favorite. I don't know if it's my favorite Family Guy episode. It might be. It's in the top 5. I love PTV.
Oh yeah, it's a great episode.
It's just so great because over the years you always notice the censorship on television, just calling it out in glorious fashion like that. The freaking FCC song is my favorite.
Yep. And think about it, it's Seth MacFarlane singing 3 different parts all at once.
Which I know it's one of the reasons. It's like one of the best songs.
Yep. And it actually is relevant to this discussion.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Considering who was involved in it.
Yep. Thing is, the fact everyone just freaked out, even though like technically things recover. Now we're showing much worse things today.
Yep, but things change.
Yep, that they do.
It's like so yeah. Then Doof gets the bright idea to bring out his double-inator. He's made quite a bit of those.
Well, he's made double the amount he had last time.
Yep. So basically, he wants to duplicate himself so he'd have an advantage against Perry.
Of course, we know he has this because there's a bunch of Doofenshmirtz that have short lifespans.
Yep. All because of the gritty reboots.
Yeah.
Like he became aware of the gritty reboots. Like, well, I got to prepare myself for this.
Yep.
And remember, he'd also cloned Perry in these cases too.
Uh-huh.
As we have evidence here.
Yeah.
I still have the image saved up just in case. So yeah.
Anyway, so
Candace inadvertently gets herself melted by the device.
Jacob, do you know what time it is?
I think I do, Dragon. I think it's
Gritty Reboot time! Who's ready to liquefy some family members, kids? Oh, you? Is it you, Aqua Dad?
And Phineas even joins in Buford's joke about it.
Yes.
He even laughs at the Canberry sauce joke.
I love speaking of delays, just the fact like Phineas like, oh, Buford, that was funny.
He's like Canberry sauce. It's like, Phineas, your sister got liquidated.
All right, so Candace liquefies herself. Just where to start? Okay, so a number of things here. I guess just one with Candace. Like, first of all, what was Candace thinking? Just like, I'm gonna stand in front of the device that makes smoothies. Just already.
Well, to be fair, she didn't know that's what it did.
Wait, she didn't see the demonstration?
I don't think she did. No.
Well, either way, at this point, she's got to know. Don't stand in front of the device that clearly has like a pointed thing at somebody. Okay, it's like, come on. She's been hit by so many of these things. And everyone's like, Candace, maybe don't push the buttons you're unfamiliar with, okay? It's like, you know what? Candace is like the guy is like, it's like Walter Peck and the city is like the city employee from Ghostbusters.
I'm not sure. I'm not remember who that is. That's the guy's like, yes, it's true. This man has no. Is that the one?
Well, that's who they're talking about.
I know, but I just wonder if that's like
what. Bill Atherton, that's him.
So I just didn't didn't remember the name.
Yes, so he is.
But it's the one where you're like, yes, it's true. This man has no.
Yeah, that is him.
All right, I don't want to.
Well, no, I get you, but that's him.
All right, but elaborate.
Just the fact that he goes in there. The thing I was building about Ghostbusters. Okay, like someone says it'd be like dropping a bomb in the city, or this is a power grid, something bad, and you brought a professional with you to turn this thing off. And I mean, look, don't you like just even if you want to be right and everything, just still like shut this all down. Like again, if you just randomly shut it down, something bad could happen. You might want to elaborate a little, like tell us why something bad could happen. You turn it off, maybe something along those lines. They're just like randomly, no, ignore the warnings that a bomb could go off. Let's just shut it down. And what happens? Big old explosion and ghosts flying all around the city.
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria.
Yes.
Yep. Anyway, so Candace never learns, and she gets not she doesn't die, but something possibly worse than death happens to her. She turns into a puddle, and I don't mean she's excited, kids. I mean she turns into she doesn't melt from excitement. She turns into an actual living puddle, and the fact that the puddle's like orange too. That's oh god.
Yep,
And sentient.
Yep, and it gets split into multiple puddles.
That's what's even worse about it. Oh god, and she's subdivided and everything, just being in multiple puddles, and it's like the it's like the Wonder Twins essentially. Only she doesn't have a shapeshifter nearby.
Form of a giant shark.
Form of a bucket of water.
I know that's not the Wonder Twins, but
No, that's the you know what I mean. It's
a parody of the Wonder Twins.
Yeah, well, actually, you joke about that, but there actually was like a bumper where they used the actual Wonder Twins to do that.
Huh, well, you know.
It was like Boomerang or something. It was like they did like a joke, and it was like I'm pretty sure they did that. But yeah, besides that, that's always the go-to. I think maybe in conjunction with that, but yeah, it's the gag.
It's a form of a bucket of water.
They definitely used it in the parody. I know. I'm just saying. I think they've also used that like the actual thing too. Like they've called out the ridiculousness of it.
Yep. Oh god, that was a go funny. Anyway.
All right, let's see.
We have Super Pickwick Carson saying, well, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Because he's, I think when I make myself on my videos, tasty street paintings, etc. Like, I mean, you can like him all you want. I mean, he can be your favorite character.
Nothing wrong with liking a little evil.
Nope. I mean, heck, Code Geass's favorite character is Candace.
Yeah.
So, why not?
What's more evil than a teenage girl?
I'm not going to touch that one.
Just ask parents, and they'll tell me I'm wrong.
It's like,
just laser dude, I'm talking to you. Just wait a few years.
Wasn't his baby just born?
I'll find a lot of years. I would say a few years in the cosmic sense. Okay, it was just wait a number of years, laser dude. Happy now?
The royal few years.
Yeah.
All right. It's like, so they first tried reforming Candace into a bucket, but as it turns out, it just reshapes her into the shape of a bucket.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
We still need to reboot time up because we got to talk about Phineas during all this.
All right, sorry. Just bear with us for a moment.
Okay.
That's another segment, but we'll get to that later.
So Phineas, everyone, the gang walk in, they see Candace is like, she's a puddle on the floor, not from like, oh my god, I've just met like Love Muffin or Tiny Cowboy or anything.
But she wouldn't be excited to meet Love Muffin.
I know, I just realized that when I said it. Like, no,
I think you mean Love Handle.
Oh yeah, you're right. You would. Yeah.
Love Muffin's the evil organization.
Well, I don't know about you, Jacob, but I think Love Muffin's pretty cool.
I mean, I think they're cool too, but I don't think Candace would be excited to meet them. She's like, what's with all these pharmacists?
Yep. Anyway. So, the point being is, the gang show up, and Candace, you're liquefying yourself. That is so cool. It's like, Phineas, you deranged, like, little, oh my god, you liquefy your own sister, and you think that's cool. You Dahmer in the making, you, oh my goodness, Phineas, God.
He wishes. Dahmer wishes.
Well, yeah, of course, Dahmer wishes. Sure, Dahmer wishes a lot of things, one of which being still alive, but yes, Jacob Dahmer wishes.
I mean, he wishes he could turn people into liquid like that.
Oh yeah, it'd be the all liquid diet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, folks. Don't take what I say seriously.
It's October. It's a month of monsters anyway.
This is the last episode we're doing in October.
That's right. It's probably talking about the horrific one in which Doofenshmirtz turns into a platypus. You kind of Jekyll Hyde style, one could argue.
Kinda. I mean,
Well, again, not Jekyll Hyde. I mean, like classic monster movie style.
yeah, I know. So yeah, so Candace, a puddle, Phineas just goes along with Buford's joke.
And again, just unbothered by it all. Like that is so cool. It's like, oh, Phineas, you, God, oh my goodness. No, look, the lack of remorse in the eyes, the glee at which his sister's life's been irrevocably damaged by his
He's a,
own invention. No moral responsibility at all. Like just years of therapy for his sister. Just not a care in the world. Yeah, we'll put her back together again. You little triangular Dr. Frankenstein. You.
perfectly timed send off to October,
Yeah.
according to Aquatad. Well, we have a couple more things coming up on for October. I will not be part of any of them since I'm going on my vacation tomorrow,
He's cutting and running, folks.
and that means we won't. That's why if you haven't won,
He's going to wash the dishes.
Yes. But in case you're wondering, that means we will not be doing an episode on Friday. That's why we're doing it today.
Yeah.
Just to let you, just in case you were wondering.
Yeah.
We
Was
haven't
anyone
switched.
was anyone actually wondering?
I don't know. It's just for
No. I'm asking them, not you. I know you don't know. I'm asking them. Was anyone actually wondering?
I was just saying for posterity's sake. Anyway,
Okay.
I was one.
There we go.
Well,
right.
now you know. We're not switching to 2 a week or anything. It's just that I won't be available on Friday.
Yep.
So we're doing it today. So barring any unforeseen circumstances, we should be back to this next Friday.
Well,
I said barring any unforeseen circumstances.
true.
I mean, maybe you've foreseen them, but I haven't.
Okay.
But all right, should we go back to the episode, or do you need more?
Yeah, no. Let's go back to the episode. So yeah, so
Alright.
they're trying to fix her, and we put her into a bucket.
Yeah, it's like you think it would work, but then it just reforms her into the shape of a bucket.
Well, more like kind of like a Jello mold, but yeah, you're right, like in the shape of a bucket.
Yep, and it's like this is not the opposite of what I was looking for. But as it turns out, she needs to be back in her original shape for it to work. Like, fortunately, Buford has a life-size mold of Candace.
Okay, and this is where, well, I don't know if we want to bring up the Green Reboot again, but
we can in a bit.
So
He has a life-size mold of Candace.
So just the connotations alone, and not only Candace.
But it's like he's like, I have life-size molds of all my friends.
Isabel is perturbed by that, as she should be.
Yep, it's like I'm not so sure how I feel about that. Do you know what the even more disturbing thing is, though?
Oh, I know what the more disturbing thing is. It's the one that comes at the end, right?
Yep, exactly.
The fact that it's known by certain people in the tri-state area.
That Linda's aware of it. Buford has molds of all of us, Candace. It's like, why of all people does Linda know that?
I think there's a secret band episode we're never gonna see explaining that. When I for one am glad we're not seeing it.
It's for
just
the
like a moment of like Buford, like, oh, I don't want to even posit it.
He's like, it's like we don't know how he got it or why he has them, but he has them.
Now the real question is he eating them?
I'm not
Think
sure.
about how twisted this would be. Okay, Linda. Oh, look, a Jello mold in the shape of Ken. It's like, no, Mom. Like, who wants Jello? And then, oh god, yeah.
Oh god, that's terrifying.
Yep.
Anyway.
Anywho,
we have Casey.
Like, Stacy, no.
Reminds me of when Buford's number was in Candace's phone. Yep. Buford's an enigma, isn't he, Dragon?
Oh yeah.
Didn't I tell you that this season
he's a lantern-faced enigma.
Didn't I tell you that this season would really flesh out Buford? not always for like the character, the funny character, any positive character development. Sometimes it's sometimes it's things like sometimes it's positive character development. Other times it's he has a mold of all his friends.
One could say this season molded Buford.
Yes, you can. But
It
obviously,
was molded by this season.
he was born into it, molded by it.
Yep.
It's like, so, well, I mean, if he has a mold of Candace, it stands to reason he might have a mold of Jeremy too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what he can. I mean, he wouldn't exactly. I don't know. Apparently, he considers Candace his friend or something like that. But who knows? But they put her in the mold.
Well, remember, he befriended the Mindscape Candace.
He did, but that's a different Candace.
Hey, that's why he needs the mold. He knows the real Candace, it may not be his friend, but the fake Candace is, so let's make a fake Candace.
If that's a good.
What else he does with it, whether he's eating these things or other horrible things, who knows?
Well, that's as good of a rationale as any dragon.
There you go.
And let's not go into any more further implications to what this could possibly mean.
I mean, the fact that Linda knows about it is what scares me, but okay.
I mean, that is the scary part, but it's the funny part because it's like he knows about it. One makes you wonder if he also has like a mold of Perry as well. Which would be Perry's reaction. This would be Perry's reaction to finding out about it.
So then Buford's like, where's my mold of Vanessa? And then like Ferb is like silently, he's like just moving it into the garage.
Ferb's like, you see nothing.
Yep,
It's like I haven't seen it anyway. Like, huh? That's weird.
but it's like that episode of SpongeBob. It's like the algae is greener. The algae is always greener episode where it's like plankton with the Krabby Patties. It's like, so known each other long. So you two are sisters.
Oh God. and then that's when Krabs attacks.
Yep.
Do you know what the worst thing about Krabs is?
He was naked.
Yep.
Do I know it though? Good gravy's naked.
Yep, exactly. He's naked. Oh God. Anyway, let's get back to the episode at hand while we still can.
Yep.
It's like, so.
See, now all these poor people have the mental image of a naked Eugene Krabs. So now we gotta.
Well, I mean the episode showed it.
Well, I know that. That's why I'm saying they have the mental image of it, Jacob.
Well, maybe they already seen it.
I know, they've already seen it. I'm saying we've conjured it again.
Well, sorry for that, folks.
Yeah.
Or as SpongeBob would say, sorry you had to see that.
Oh, God, anyway.
You remember that? Do you remember that subliminal image?
Sorry you had to see that.
Yep.
All right, anyway, so Doofenshmirtz, he duplicates himself.
Well, he tries to duplicate himself. He gets knocked into the device. It fires a beam and hits the transfer device, and they melt each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, Perry wins. Perry wins the day once again. And take us out, Dragon, for this episode.
Well, yet again, it's screwy reboot time.
Oh God, here we go. And I feel like we're going to get quite a more with the next episode too.
Yeah. So basically,
yeah.
The Doofenshmirtz here, he lucked out that the platypus-inator wore off, and then out from the side walks another Doofenshmirtz. It's like, what? Which the way that's delivered is flawless. But again, it is the confirmation of the great reboot theory that clones of Doofenshmirtz, you got all these duplicate-inators, and there you go.
Yep, another Doofenshmirtz clone.
Yep, and then there's like, wait a minute, we're at the end of the episode. There can only be one of us. Like, There can only be one.
There can be only one.
And then there's a brutal battle, and yeah,
The Battle of the Pharmacists.
yep, and basically throws one Doofenshmirtz off the edge of the building, and then Vanessa shows up. Oh, hi, Dad. Oh, Vanessa, daughter I've had forever. How are you?
So you're implying the original Doof is dead.
That is what I'm implying. Yes. Says, hey,
Ooh.
Dad, you want some Jello? Ferb was serving up some really good looking Jello.
Who is this third person?
Looks just like your building, Dad.
Oh, that kid.
Yep.
All right.
This Jello tastes oddly familiar.
Oh.
So like you. That's crazy, all right? Okay.
Oh God.
I'm such a good dad. I just see you and everything. Like all the foods I eat. Maybe that's it.
Like, well, I mean, she
Good
sees
for me.
like, well, she sees Ferb and Dad in her dad's building, so why not?
There you go.
Everyone's in the family. They see people in buildings and Jello.
Mm.
Anyway, so should we? Is that it, Dragon?
Yeah, that's it.
And move on to the next episode then.
Mm-hmm.
With Norm Unleashed, where Norm takes matters into his own hands.
I still wish one day we get an episode of Phineas and Ferb called Normadeus.
Norm Abrams!
I'm touching Norm Abrams. I'm holding Norm Abrams above my head.
Is Norm Abrams still alive?
I hope so.
I don't know, Dragon.
I was under the impression he was, unless you heard something I didn't. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know anything about Norm Abrams.
What did you do to Norm, Jacob?
Well, good news. He is still alive.
He's alive! He's a carpenter, but he's alive!
Or, Gary, I was looking for the sports channel. And Norm! Oh, yeah. Ooh, Norm Abrams actually celebrated his birthday this month.
See, here's something for you. There's a spin-off for you. Just like all the Norms, like gathering in one place. You got Norm Abram, you got Norm the Robot, you got Norm from Cheers. You know?
Oh, yeah. And like I said, Norm Abrams actually celebrated his birthday this month. He was born on the 3rd of October.
There you go.
So,
we like to dedicate. We're going to do a Casey Kasem style dedication. A long distance dedication to good old Norm Abrams, the man who the real holy carpenter.
Wait, it's Norm? I think it's just Norm Abram.
Yeah, you're right.
I just looked it up. I thought it was an Abrams too, but I'm looking at the wiki. It's actually just
I
Norm
was just
Abram.
basically going off of what you were saying on that one. But yes, Norm Abram.
Yeah, sorry. I always thought it was Abrams.
I was thinking, here's the thing. I questioned it when you said Abrams. Like, oh god, maybe it is Abrams.
No, you were right to question me. It is just Abram.
All right. Anyway, so yes, Norm Abram, the original, the original holy carpenter that showed us all how it's done.
Oh yeah.
So this podcast is brought to you by Nubis Food Markets. Food so good you can eat it. From a division of Osiris Foods.
Food so good you can eat it.
Because we relish the fact that we take solace in the fact that when looking for good good food pyramid items, you want to go to.
Now here's a gag I haven't heard in a long time. What about rock soup?
Yes, the rock soup gag.
Alan, we haven't brought that up in a while, have we?
No, we haven't.
Well, I was thinking about that the other day.
Well, it's mostly because it's seasonal, but yeah.
All right.
You've had every sort of thing in a soup, but what's the poor man's soup option, Jacob? I ask you. And the poor man's soup option is rock soup. Now, again, the trick of it is not to chew on the rocks, but it's kind of like that gag in Roger Rabbit. You want to drink on the rocks. Sometimes you want some good old rocks.
No, the rock is a seasoning.
Yes, Jacob, it is a seasoning. Yes, it's a very earthly seasoning. It's good for it's popular with the traveling bands, with the groups that are going on tour. They like some rock soup so they can rock out loud. And of course, once they get through the broth, they're just gonna throw the rocks on the stage. Mostly the bands they don't like.
Yeah, I can see that.
You
Yep.
All right.
All right, so on to Norm Unleashed. So, Dragon, thoughts on this episode then?
Love Norm as always.
Oh yeah,
Not as much as Norm Abram, but I love Norm.
yeah, Norm is good.
And the episode itself, it's got some holes. Doesn't mean it's a bad episode, but they are basically honestly our B plot, and even like a piece of the Norm plot. There's like it's one that rubs me the wrong way, but it's really it's very loose cartoon logic, so it's fine. But it's just like the one thing is like I don't like that.
All right.
Right.
Well, I guess I'll figure out what you mean when we get there.
All right, so Phineas and Ferb, they made adorable nanobots with faces.
Yep, just like the intro, they finally made the nanobots.
I like the nanobots. I think they're really cool. I like the design of them. I don't
And
think we get a lot of mileage out of them.
yep, except for like the fact that they played a part in defeating Norm at the end.
Yeah.
It basically just showed it. Just basically gave reason for Linda. Just like, oh, you need one story, Candace.
So one of the Linda's subplot of like just critiquing the incredulous, the boys are up to this thing. It's like I don't think that's a strong Candace story.
Yep.
So that's kind of a weak point of the episode for me.
Like, and Linda was just like too needlessly critical.
Yeah.
It's like you just need one story. It's like, oh, they're teaching the neighbors how to throw axes off horseback. See, singular story. They'll
By the way,
probably.
how weird did Linda look when she suddenly had like the chiclet teeth going on?
She did look pretty weird.
Yeah.
Candace was like, they'll probably do that, you know.
Jacob,
Yeah.
do they do that?
No.
So Candace lied to us.
Well, maybe they just did it off screen or in between episodes.
Jacob, wake up, man. They don't do things between episodes. They do things between dimensions, not between episodes.
Okay, fair point, I guess. Fair point.
See, if you're saying, Jacob, if you're saying things happen between episodes, then you're opening up the whole thing of like we're jumping all over things time wise. Okay, because again, for the summer to go on that long is impossible. So like the internal logic of the show is that we're seeing events from different summers across the years.
Yep.
That sometimes time out, but you need like a whole flow chart to keep it straight.
Well, even Buford pointed out like we're way past 150.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Even he's on to it.
I remember even in an early episode, Phineas was like, you're right, Ferb, it does feel like more than 104 days.
Yeah.
So what is really going on in the world of and even in a later episode, in a first episode of season 4, Doof points something out about the length of time the show went on.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah. So the nanobots are pretty cool idea and concept. Like they just enter something that they want it to turn into, and it becomes that.
Yep.
Which is a cool idea. But and that's pretty much the extent of it. Like that they do various things with the devices. The drives Candace crazy, and nothing really happens.
Yeah.
The real meat of the episode is Norm.
Abram? No, not that Norm. Sorry, this main Norm, robot Norm, Robo Norm.
And turns out Monogram is in China trying to get noodles.
Okay, I love this joke so much. The fact that,
or to get Chinese food anyway, not necessarily noodles.
Yeah, so it's the fact that Barry, use the old cartoon logic gag. If we go, China's on the other side, of the states, other side of the globe.
Which it really isn't.
But it's still such a novel idea. You kind of wish it was, though, don't you?
Yeah.
Anyway, so
it's kind of funny. It is kind of funny how when one of the first episodes kind of pointed out the danger of going through the Earth's core.
Mm-hmm.
And then literally in this episode, they do this.
Yep.
But go on, as you were saying.
Anyway, so Perry arrives through that whole journey through the center of the Earth.
Yep, even sweating along the way.
Well, yeah, he went past the Earth's core. It's hot, Jacob.
Oh yeah. And I thought it's not. Yeah, it's just just a little. Just gets a little hot down there.
It's a dry heat.
Yeah.
Anyway, so just the fact that Major Montgomery summons him to an actual authentic Chinese restaurant, and he doesn't even let him
Doesn't even let him stay because because he's just like, I have no idea what Doof's doing. I couldn't even check.
It's ridiculous that he calls it pointlessly, and he wouldn't just let him stay for the meal.
Yeah. And heck, in the previous episode, we missed something that Carl did, or supposedly did.
Yeah.
So, do you want to do something there, or do you think it's actually his fault? Or do you think we're gonna let it slide this time?
I guess we'll let it slide.
All right. We'll let Carl off easy this time.
Yeah.
But next time he's gonna get it.
Yeah.
So just bear with us until we get to the next dang it Carl segment. And speaking of which, Dragon, do you want an update on the Bears?
Sure, bear with us, folks.
Yep, as you know, we kind of introduced this short little segment to this where I give Dragon my update on watching We Bear Bears. And I've actually made it into season 2 now, Dragon.
Ah.
It's like I said, I love the episode where Chloe and Ice Bear went to the zoo, or went to see the albino alligator, where they just hung out with each other. That was great. And I've made it all the way to episode 10. I even met Ranger Tabes.
Yes. Wait, is Tabes in season 2?
Well, at least that's when it's organized on Hulu.
Well, again, I have no idea if Hulu's remotely right, but regardless, you got the Tabes, man.
Yep, and her sense of justice.
How fantastic is Tabes?
She is pretty cool.
She's so awesome.
Yep, she is. And I've even given you little tidbits of where I am in the show with my comments I want Ice Bear's bathroom.
Yeah.
And I said Ice Bear and the seal was adorable.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, a lot of my comments are about
Of course, he ate the seal. I'm kidding. He didn't eat the seal.
As you can see, a lot of my comments are about Ice Bear.
That's because Ice Bear's the coolest character.
Pun both intended and not intended.
Yes. Ice Bear and Ranger Tabes are the best characters in the show.
I can't wait till you get to Yuri and the Bear, and especially Icy Nights.
Oh, yeah, you haven't gotten there, have you?
No, I have not.
Oh, yeah.
Those are...
Oh, you're not prepared for Icy Nights, Jacob.
Is that the episode that explains the axe?
No, that's not the episode that explains the axe.
But it is another good Ice Bear episode.
It is. Oh, yeah, it's an amazing Ice Bear episode.
Well, I can't wait to see that. But until next time, folks, bear with us.
All right.
So Perry goes to see Icy Nights. This is Aquatad's favorite episode, apparently.
Oh, it's so good.
All right, I can't wait. Is that in season 2?
I mean, that's the thing. I can't really pinpoint where they are because even when I did a binge on it. I mean, I want to say Icy Night. Here's the thing. I know Yuri's in season 2. I don't know if Icy Nights is or not because I don't know if they. I want to say yes. I want to say Yuri and then Icy Nights Part 1 is in season 2, but I don't.
It's a 2-parter.
It's more of a sequel than a 2-parter, but yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, Yuri is technically in what Hulu classifies as season 2. Yuri and the Bear.
Yeah, there you go. So Icy Nights, I don't know if Icy Nights made the cut for 2 or if it got pushed to the top of 3.
Well, Icy Nights is not in 3. I mean, it's not in 2.
Yeah, I guess it's in 3. That's based on how they organize it, I guess.
I'm not seeing Icy Nights. I see Ice Cave. I'll just look at it. I'll just look for it later.
Okay.
I don't want to derail that. I don't want to derail it if it's more than it already is.
Anyway, so Doofenshmirtz has jury duty.
Yep.
This is a perfect idea. Emphasis on idea.
Yep, not execution, I'm guessing.
Well, here's the thing. I'm so down for it, but then they make one egregious flaw.
And that is?
Okay, so again, Doofenshmirtz getting jury duty already is hysterical and it's mundane and it's great. He has a surefire way of getting out of it legally, but you get out of it basically just saying, "Look, I'm an evil scientist. They can't put me on a jury. I'm evil.
Like a mad scientist? Not mad.
I'm not angry."
I'm just evil.
Which I love that so much. That's great. It's him like saying, "Oh yeah, you're never gonna get off with like an excuse like that." And he's like, "Yeah, oh man, I wanted it for my resume."
It's like, oh wait, I just found out Icy Nights actually it's right after Yuri and the Bear.
There you go.
So yeah, I found it.
Look at you. Look at what you're in for. You got to get to that Yuri episode, man.
Yeah, don't take that clip out of context, folks. I think, Dragon, did you realize what I meant when I said that?
A little bit.
Yep. Talking about the guy named Yuri, not anything else.
Yeah.
Anyway. So
Anyway.
yes, but as you were saying about the execution of Doof's jury duty.
Anyway, so the problem is, you're expecting like a dismissal gag. Okay, Doofenshmirtz does not get dismissed. He's going to be stuck on the trial. Like, okay, that's fine. The problem is we learn why he's there. Like, no, you would actually be of value to this case. And we have Dr. Diminutive
Yep,
there.
D. Baker once again.
Dr. Diminutive basically he built. I'm trying to remember what the inator was.
The Schmaltzinator.
The Schmaltzinator, which again he basically comps to like stealing.
Yeah.
So it's the fact that so we have this great gag with like the fact that, like, I have no idea who this man is, and we have like the whole love muffin pudding review.
Yep.
Which is really funny, by the way. It's like, why? Doofus is questioning. This is a very much a Popenmeier joke. It feels like, why would he have that in his wallet?
That is a good point, though.
It's very funny. So all this is great, but then takes a nosedive. Okay, there is I call utter BS on just cutting the Doofenshmirtz and Dr. Diminutive in jail in the cell together. Okay, just there's a lot. Legally, there's a lot that doesn't play there. Okay, this is
that's definitely like a guilt by association kind of thing.
Yeah, guilt by association, but still, it's the fact that there's like a whole like trial procedure and everything. Like he needs to. Again, one here, like first and foremost, Doofenshmirtz, he can't be on this jury because because clearly he knows the guy. He can't be on the jury. Which should have been the first red flag. Like, okay, they know each other, so no, you're not on the jury. So it doesn't really explain why he would just be in jail with them. It sounds like there's no trial going on that day. If something like that happens, I guess the logic is they're in like a holding cell together based on new evidence. It's like such a rarity that you'd have the guilty person actually in the courtroom. And even so, again, Diminutive stole this concept. Like, is the idea that Diminutive was like in prison for is accused of doing something evil, and that's why he's on trial, or is it that he stole? Like, well, I guess no, he's not on trial because he stole something. Because otherwise, Doofenshmirtz would have been like the guy suing him. But the point being that is the fact that is he on trial for doing something evil?
I have no idea.
What I'm saying, like, we raised too many questions like gag, like we threw them both in the brig. Like, it implies like a trial went on. If Doofenshmirtz is the guilty party, then like why is Diminutive there? And it's like there's all these.
I think it's more like I think it's more like Diminutive got in trouble for using it, and they got due for making it in the first place.
I guess, but still, the fact that all this goes on that day too is like it's a bit of a stretch. I don't know. There's a lot of head scratchers there where it feels like we had a nice simple like, okay, he can't get off jury duty, or like he's gonna get off jury duty in a kind of a funny fashion. Like, I don't know. It's like we're not.
I mean, let's just chalk it up to like cartoon courtroom logic.
I mean, it's fine. It's just the fact that they're both in prison versus I don't know. Jury duty just seems kind of.
I mean, were you expecting Matt Murdock to show up?
I would love it if Matt Murdock showed up, and apparently there's an episode where he maybe could have.
Well, unfortunately, that doesn't happen either.
Yeah. I'm not as mad about that one, but thanks for rubbing salt in that wound.
It's like, well, I didn't.
We could have gotten Daredevil.
Yeah, but you'd rather have somebody else.
Yeah, no, I would have. Yes, I would have rather had somebody else, but apparently, Bob Meyer and Swampy hate the blind. So yeah,
I'm beginning to think that this entire I have this I don't give me mind. I'm not serious at all when I say this. It's kind of like a conspiracy theory that you're just going through this entire series just to get to that one episode. It's like this grand Machiavellian scheme just to go through the entire series and then just lay waste on that episode.
mm,
I guess I'm not really. I don't think you're seriously doing that, but anyway,
anyway.
yeah.
Okay, anyway, so again, my courtroom quibbles aside,
Like
the Norm plot's great.
I guess it's we got like all the nanobots and the courtroom stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
So Norm is there, is to greet Perry and traps him in something that pops out of a muffin.
I love the muffin trap.
Oh yeah, it is pretty neat. And Norm comes up with the idea instead of using an innator to take over the tri-state area, he's going to use something more simple.
A weapon.
A weapon. Exactly.
Perry's
Jinx.
kind of scared here because oh god, he's building a weapon, not not an innator this time.
Yep, and what exactly is Norm's weapon, Dragon?
Himself.
Yep, he basically equipped himself with a bunch of weaponry and technology in order to be an effective weapon to take over the tri-state area.
I have to assume this is somewhat intentional, but if you look at the design of the weaponized Norm, there's a lot of Iron Giant in there, a lot of like third act of Iron Giant going on. Like specifically, like the weapon that he has on his, I think is his left arm.
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
It looks like kind of like the device that basically has like the big energy ball that kind of shoots out.
Well, I can see where you're coming from on that. He ain't no Superman though.
No.
Sorry for the inconvenience, Perry the Platypus. I'm showing initiative.
I'm showing initiative. He's basically Norm wants the thumbs up from Poppy.
That's pretty much what he does want.
Yep, he wants a thumbs up from Poppy and a game of catch.
He starts trying to lay waste to the tri-state area with a delightful upbeat song about destruction.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the song?
Well, it was a jaunty song of mass destruction.
It's a pretty dark song if you think about it.
It's kind of a question why can't the terrorists introduce to a song and dance while bad things are happening?
It's like, yep, sure, why not?
It's the end times. Even the Titanic had music when it was going down. It's like why not?
Yeah, somber music.
Well, still it was something.
Yep, but yeah, it's a pretty dark song if you read into it. If you listen to the lyrics.
Yeah.
It's like you could beat them up by any means. Oh God. Basically crushing municipalities, state your wishes in a language they all understand. It's like, yeah, the universal language of weaponry.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Anyway, so Perry then decides to use the nanobots to defeat Norm, and as it shows, Norm pretty much tried to nuke the tri-state area.
Yep, it was only stopped by him mocking the innators, which got the wrath of Doofenshmirtz, and basically gave Perry the idea like how to stop them.
Oh yeah, it's just like he's like, this will win Dr. D over if he survives it. He was actually willing to let Doof die to prove a point.
Well, it's like again, it's the AI thing. It's the machinery. It's the whole like it'll complete its objective by any cost.
Yep. Oh yeah. But even Doof's like, he raises a good point. That's like, oh sure, weapon. I never thought of that. Like, what do you rule of then? Rubble. He raises a good point though. And where's the panache? I mean, what do you think? You think he has a good point there, right?
Well, about what specifically?
I mean, the fact that like if he uses a weapon, if he like destroys the tri-state area with a weapon, then there's nothing left but rubble.
That's true. You need the scheme.
Yep. It's like you need to properly take over and not just destroy everything.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a genocidal maniac. He's an evil scientist. There's a difference.
Oh, absolutely.
He's not trying to take over the world, just the tri-state area. Even Draken never killed anyone. Debatably.
Yeah.
Did he actually kill anyone?
Well, it's not that he killed anyone. I think there were attempts at. I'm trying to remember if there were attempts at murder.
Well, I mean, he did have sharks with freaking laser beams on their heads, right?
Well, I'm trying to remember. Do you? Well, that's that's an Austin Powers reference. I'm trying to remember if they actually worked that in the Kim Possible. So, huh? No, I don't think we did. I don't think they worked that in the Kim Possible. I don't think we had sharks with laser beams on their heads.
I mean, I'm thinking of something else. But
Yeah, you're thinking of Austin Powers, Jake.
I'm not thinking of Austin Powers, but I could have sworn he tried using sharks at one point. Maybe it was in the Lilo and Stitch episode that I'm thinking of.
Maybe, I don't know.
Like when it crossed over with them, and they thought Rufus was an experiment.
No, I remember that. I'm saying I remember Draken ever using sharks with laser beams. I mean, he used. Yeah.
I don't know. I could have sworn, but maybe I'm mistaken. I mean, I know it's Austin Powers, but
I still love him. Like one of the first episodes, we had him. No, it wasn't the first. It was one of the early episodes where Kim was was working at Bueno Nacho trying to earn money for the jacket that she wanted,
and Ron became like, and Ron was like basically the Bueno Nacho savant.
Yep. Anyway, so it's the fact that basically he pretty much became like the new assistant manager, like the manager in the making, and Ned was getting really jealous of him.
Yep.
Anyway, so just the fact that in the third, they had this. Wait, are you telling me this is a building made of actual cheese and not just made to look like cheese?
Yep.
And the fact that Nicole Sullivan, I love Nicole Sullivan, voice of Shigo and Mira Nova from Buzz Lightyear Star Command. The fact that we have Nicole Sullivan using she's the tour guide using using a very Canadian voice, just not a Canadian voice. She's using a very Wisconsin kind of accent on it, like, oh yeah, you you have no idea, and it was just like she's being submerged by molten cheese. Just the fact is this the realization, oh god, this building's made of cheese, maybe firing a giant hot laser, and it was not a good idea.
Yeah, he was warned several times.
That's what I'm saying. I think she's. That's what I'm saying. There's some people they have to question the fate of them because I think she was submerged in that cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Now we need to watch Kim Possible again.
Well, yeah. At least that's homework you want, though.
It is, yeah.
You gotta watch that Fearless Ferret episode. If you only watch one episode, watch the Fearless Ferret episode.
Only because that's Batman in it.
Yes. Has two Batmen in it, technically.
Technically, yes, it does.
Yeah.
Technically, if you think about the entire series, has Batman in it.
That is true. I know one of our commenters would disagree with you, but still.
Okay. Terry McGinnis is Batman.
Hey, my book is too, but I'm just saying some people are a little harsher on the boy.
It's like that's some cruel irony, like my dependence on you. We're crossing over all kinds of references here, aren't we?
Yes, we are. In case anyone's wondering, oh man, that's an off reference. I will tell you two things. Mr. Barkin, voiced by Patrick Warburton, so it counts.
Yeah.
And Krunks and Groove ends with molten cheese as well.
And a thumbs up from Poppy.
Yes.
See? We make it relevant.
Aha! Okay, so.
Apparently Code Geass hasn't seen much of Kim Possible. And Bruce Wayne is the only true Batman.
This was what I was referring to.
Yeah, I kind of figured. But he's Batman's successor, Batman Beyond.
Exactly. So,
And why did Bruce Wayne wear the suit first? And then why did he give it to Terry McGinnis? And why does Terry have Batman's DNA? There we go.
all right.
Case in point, he's Batman.
So Norm again he insults the invader. Doof just calls out like the squirrel in his chest.
Perry and Norm play an impromptu game of catch with basically Norm's nuclear explosion.
Mm-hmm. And we kill Norm.
Kind of.
I mean, his heart leaves his body. Perry removed Norm's heart from his body.
Well, it's a
And
squirrel.
still his heart.
Yep.
It's his power source. It's his arc reactor.
Yep. Proof that Norm has a heart.
Yep. And that he's nuts.
And that he's. I thought that meant you were nuts. Oh, see, references all over the place.
Yep. First I thought you were evil, Doctor. First I thought you were crazy. Now I can just see you're nuts.
It's like, what do you say to that, Dragon?
What?
I said, what do you say to this? I say, I'm already halfway there.
Halfway there.
All right, folks, we need to focus.
Okay, anyway, so again, we basically have like the reverse Iron Giant here, where Norm, we don't see him reassemble. He's dead.
It's like, he does come back, though.
Well, no, he's gone. Doofenshmirtz just built another one.
All right.
So Perry killed a guy, killed a robot, but still, killed one heck of a nice robot.
A robot.
A robot.
You're telling me he's a robot?
Absolutely. Now, what if Norm was actually just the guy, but he had like a hard-boiled egg gone wrong, and he had like a little stereo in his back pocket, as like a whole
Oh God. And then
little pincers, little little egg holder, or eyelash curler thing.
Then that would really remind me of like that episode, thinking of Futurama, where they convinced Fry that he was a robot.
Yep.
It's like, well, I guess his prices really were insane. And it's like, I think one of my favorite gags in that episode is like where he meets the used cars. It's like actually I've met before. What?
I'm with you. That's a really good one.
It is.
My roommate blew up.
Yep, but he's fine. Fine.
Okay.
It's like, I still have yet to actually see like past like the third episode of the newest seasons yet. Like, like I think I only saw like the first 3 episodes of the Hulu version. Anyway.
Hey.
So yeah, so Norm's dead.
And Doofenshmirtz in prison. He's looking for the episode reset, but it is not coming, and Diminutive just will knock it off with the harmonica.
Yep. It's like, will you quit with the harmonica? And the episode's over.
Yep.
I said, 2 very solid Doofenshmirtz plots this episode. Well,
but aren't they? Ultimately, aren't they all?
Some of them, yeah. A lot of them.
Rarely is there a miss with them. I'm saying barely on one hand can you count the misses with the Doofenshmirtz plots.
Yes. Not counting the episodes where Doof doesn't appear at all.
Yeah, not counting those.
Yeah. So yeah, a solid week. A little iffy on the nanobots side of things, and I don't know. I personally don't have a problem with the courtroom antics, but
Again, look, I may have overblown the core romantics for comedic effect, but I mean, fundamentally, it does feel like, okay, this is like grounds for a mistrial before it's grounds for anything, but still.
They should have got John Larroquette to be in this episode.
Yes! They should have. Yes.
But unfortunately, yeah, he does. I don't think he ever appears again.
No.
After season 2, those 2 episodes he was in.
At least we married him off.
Yep, at least we did.
Okay.
And he's actually Phineas and Ferb and Candace's uncle. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that does it for this week. What do you think, Drag?
Yeah.
We had a little blue here briefly. Doof the mutant platypus.
Yeah.
So thank you. So thank you, Little Blue, Code Geass, Aquated. We had KCE here, Super Pickwick Carson, and Galvatron over 9,000. We had a couple of new faces here. So thank you for watching, and be sure to join us next week on the Recap-inator when worlds collide and then Doof and Perry get lost. Good night, everybody.
And that's comedy.